What's up? It's the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back with this.
Boom, boom. Oh, wait, what? Gershwan!
And welcome to another episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get those questions first. That is what?
Daniel J. Lewis. No, who is it?
No, it's Rickus Jamesus.
Rickus Jamesus.
Rickus Jamesus. Are you guys going to play Kill Team, and are you going to play your main army or collect something new?
Oh, I didn't even think about collecting something new.
Like Kill Team, for the purpose of Kill Team, I think, is for you to collect as many armies as you can, which is what I'm going to do. Because an hour game allows you to like mix and match all these different combinations for your squad, but then at the same time, you can pick up the starter sets for each individual army. I'm not saying all at one time.
All at once.
But I've always had the dream of picking up the starter collection for every single race, painting it up, and then moving on to the next race. So I have Imperium, well, I have Space Marines, I have Orcs, and Skitari. So then the next one, I would play whatever figures I get from that, I would play in the Kill Team.
So then you got Gene Stealer cults because it already comes with Skitari then.
Oh yeah. So I have Gene Stealer, but I'm the Gene Stealer cults that are gonna come in that box. I'm gonna use to convert for my Inquisitor army.
Ooh.
Because that's how I roll.
So I play Tau, Space Marines, and Chaos Space Marines, but I have to build my Tau because I don't have Fire Warriors. So,
yeah. Do you need troops?
Yeah, because I think that's the only thing you can use in Kill Team.
No, because you could use Primaris in Kill Team.
Right, but they're troops though.
Oh, were they? I thought they were like elite.
They're troops.
Well, then Flash Kits, because you could use Flash Kits, and those are elite. And those are heavy support. So I think you could use all types of stuff. So you could just use battle suits.
I wish. I probably could only use like 2 though, because of like the way the points works and.
That's even better, because then that means that the game goes from an hour to 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Supposedly this game should only be an hour long.
Supposedly,
which is good because 40K 8th edition, it drastically brought the gameplay time down from like 7th edition and previous editions, which is good. But I still feel like if you want something to do quick, something to play. Quick.
But use Kill Team for the purpose of collecting multiple armies and getting as many games in as you can in a day.
Right. I also would say Kill Team would be a great start for anybody looking to, dip their toe into the 40K pool, so to speak, because it shows you, these are the models. This is the game scaled down. So now it's like, I'm playing squad against squad. Wouldn't it be badass if we could play army against army? And then that's a good way of like bringing in folks to 40K.
Peoples. Next question comes from Foo. Emperor, Crew, Ants Canada. That's all. Sounds legit.
Corey. Is this Corey in the house? Would the universe be better if the Tau were the ultimate victors in the 41st millennium? Yeah.
With the what?
He's saying, would the universe be better overall if the Tau end up winning?
Oh, yeah. They would starve out chaos. Tyranids, I think, would still be around, though.
Yeah. They'd be, like, super technologically advanced.
Oh, wait. So, didn't we do a that thing of the 50K, and the Tau were in control, and what they did is they biologically engineered the orcs to be consumed by the Tyranids, and the Tyranids turned into a weapon or something.
They weaponized they didn't do this, but what ended up happening was that in the Octavia sector when they were fighting, the orcs and the Tyranids like fused into one super predator, and now that's been going through the galaxy basically eating everything.
But didn't the Tau take control of them?
No,
I thought they did.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? So no, this is a different future, because it was like a Space Marine, and he was accompanied by a Demirug, or a squat.
Isn't that basically what it is?
A Demiurge?
Mm-hmm.
Kinda. Well, Demiurge is from like, it's like a stone man. Like midget stone men. And then squats are just squats.
Yeah, they're like not stone. They're soft.
They're human. They're humans. Next question. I have one from Uriel30. Question, fam. What would happen if the orcs participated in a rap battle? Keep up the great work. The Emperor protects. So it depends on who goes first. I'm guessing that they're fighting or they're rapping against a human. But if they go first, then they would just go wah and then grab a chopper, chop everybody to death. If they go second, they would wait their turn patiently, and then once it's their turn to go, they would grab a chopper and just. And I mean like a chopper like an axe, not like a chopper like a chopper.
You mean pop pop pop, skitty boom 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 pop.
There you go.
Not.
Right.
That's
sorry.
like Donald Duck.
Next question.
Chog is back. Oh, I didn't know you left. What is the biggest threat to humanity in 40K? So the Imperium is basically at war with everything, and sometimes itself. I'd always thought that Chaos was the biggest threat, but when you really think about it, you've got the Grey Knights to kind of combat that. So, who's the biggest concern?
I still think it's Chaos, because even though like you do have the Great Knights and you do have like a lot of Space Marines who specialize in destroying Chaos, Chaos is innumerable.
I wouldn't say it's the greatest threat to them, but it's their main threat. Like, when Gilliman came back, he could have been like, oh, let's take on the Tyranids, let's take on the orcs, anything, really. But no, he chose to combat Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Because of what happened.
Right. The Horus Heresy and all
like
that.
Like the rift.
Yeah, that rift. Like the guitar rift.
Yeah.
But I'd say their biggest enemy would probably be the orcs.
The orcs are everybody's enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of enemies.
Anemones?
Anemones? Meep. Next question. You got one?
Yeah. Bruva Michael. Alchemist, where is the mashup between Gretchens and Nurglings? It's coming. It's been like, what, 3 months since I've done a Grim Dark Battles? Yes. But Season 2 is coming. Expected probably next week.
Cool.
Or this week. In a few days.
Next question comes from Michael Howell. In the modern 40K universe, who gets credit for writing the Lectitio Divinatus?
I don't speak about that.
So, but it just, well, exactly. So they don't really talk about it, but it's, so the Lectitio Divinatus is the book that basically founded the Imperial Creed that was started by Lorgar.
Right.
Lorgar penned that whole book, and it's what people worship now, and of course he's a traitor, so they're not going to say that he did
right,
it.
Yeah.
What they do is the same thing that they do with the Bible nowadays. They say, oh, it was written by individuals, but it's really God's, God pushed them to do it, so you could say that God wrote the Bible.
Right, through them.
Yeah, I think they'd say the same thing about the Quran. But at the end of the day, it's all bullshit. Lorgar wrote it. Next question.
This one's by Blocks Estrada. Do you think that there are more than 1,000 Space Marines for each chapter? I mean, that would make sense. Yeah, I mean, 1,000 is just what the Codex says you have to have, but obviously if you just fought a war, you'll have less. If you're not Codex compliant, you'll have more, such as like the Black Templars, the Space Wolves. So it's like a ballpark. It's like something. It's like a rule to go by, but not 100% to follow.
Right.
Because even Gilliman, even the Ultramarines don't really follow that rule.
Not anymore. Next question comes from Psionic Nexus. How come the cursed founding has been erased, but there's still chapters from this founding serving the Imperium? Because the Imperium is not going to turn away a Space Marine chapter. Space Marine chapter is their own thing. They can do whatever they want. Kinda. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And plus, the cursed founding had a penitent crusade. So if they're still around, then that means that they succeeded through their penitent crusade, and they are seen as what is it called?
Forgiven.
Yeah, forgiven. Next question.
Colton Batter. Do either of you know any squats that are still alive in the 41st millennia? Me personally, I don't.
Yeah, I stopped talking to the squats a long time ago. It's not like a negative thing. It's just I don't like those types of people. But so there's actually one squat. I don't know. I'm not gonna remember his name, but he's still very angry that the Tyranids destroyed his homeworld, and he's trying to get back at them. Next,
just one squad against the whole Tyranid.
Yeah, basically that's like a goofy story. Yeah. Next question.
Xops Merc. Are all Space Marines the same speed, or are there some that are faster? Like, is one chapter faster than the other? Yeah, it's just like humanity. Like, you've got people that are faster than other people. It's not like all humans can run at the same speed. That'd be cool if it was. It's like, let's race. Oh, I'm like a centimeter in front of you. You'll never catch up to me.
Exactly. Because that's what physics does. Next question comes from Marcel Goussard. Are orcs the happiest race in the galaxy? You could argue, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in the 40K universe, there's only war, and war is what the orcs live for.
That's what makes them happy. Next one.
Shadow. How come there are no Grey Knight blanks? Wouldn't blanks be a lot safer and easier to guarantee their purity, since they're 100% immune to the warp? Plus, they wouldn't have to worry about being better at fighting. They can just walk up to a demon and it goes back into the warp.
There's a lot of reasons why they can't be blinks. The first reason is that they're extremely rare. And genetically, I don't think they can be reproduced.
Right. Rumor has it that their gene seed comes directly from the Emperor. As we all know, the Emperor is not a blank. He's got psychic bullets. That's a bad analogy.
And then the other thing is, like, how bad would it be? Because what a blank does is it nullifies other psychic...
Right, it's like you're a blank and around a whole bunch of powerful psychers. It's like, oh, you just took their
powers.
Yeah.
You just made them pointless.
Mm-hmm. Blankless.
Next question comes from... Oh, this is the last one. This is going to be from Abaddon Heretic.
Oh.
Can you make a lore video about the famous orc warlords? Oh, yeah, we could do that. I'm sorry, that was a bad question.
It was more about a request than a question. What is a question?
Yeah.
Requestion.
We'll do one more, just because, yeah. I have one from Nightbringer. How do the Thousand Sons recruit more Marines, or do Rubric Marines reassemble after being destroyed? Yeah, right? They reassemble after being destroyed. And then the Thousand Sons still recruit other Psychers because Magnus can see through... He's basically like Sauron, and he can see when a really powerful Psyker is born, right? That's what it is? Yeah.
You know the answer, guys.
That's what it is. They still recruit sorcerers, right?
Yeah.
And that's what his thing
They've got
is.
a planet of sorcerers. And they've got like Chaos Spawn, they got cultists,
But
they got Zangors.
Zangors? Yeah. Those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below. We have a Patreon. If you want to support us on Patreon, don't forget to please do that.
If not, it's okay. We understand. You can hit that like button, hit that bell notification, comment down below, share this to all your friends and family, because we all know your grandma wants some Slanesh in her life.
Whoa.
And with that being said, I am the Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
And we are out of here.
Oh, if you could put my freedom first.